Welcome to English 365 podcast, the show where we explore practical English, tips for fluent conversations, and ways to make language learning fun and natural. I'm Jack.
And I'm Luna. Today we're diving into a topic that many English learners find tricky, but is actually essential for connecting with people. Small talk that actually feels natural.
Yes! Small talk often gets a bad rap. People think it's superficial, awkward, or just filler until the real conversation begins. But the truth is, small talk is the gateway to building relationships, practicing your English, and feeling comfortable in social settings.
Exactly. And the goal today isn't just to teach phrases, but to explore how to make small talk feel authentic so it flows naturally, not like you're reading from a script.
So, Luna, why do you think small talk is important?
Well, Jack, small talk is like the warm-up in a conversation. Imagine you're at a party or meeting a colleague for the first time. Jumping straight into deep topics can feel intense, but starting with something light like the weather, a recent movie, or a shared experience helps break the ice.
Absolutely. It also shows that you're approachable and polite. Plus, for English learners, it's a safe space to practice vocabulary and pronunciation without pressure.
And the best part? Small talk often leads to bigger conversations naturally. Sometimes the simplest question, "How's your day going?" can spark stories, opinions, and laughter.
Before we jump into tips and examples, let's talk about what not to do.
Yes, one common mistake is memorizing phrases but using them in a stiff way. For example, saying, "How do you do?" exactly like a robot.
Laughs right. It's important to sound relaxed. Another mistake is overthinking or forcing the conversation too quickly.
Or asking questions that are too personal too soon. Small talk should feel safe, light, and friendly.
Okay, now let's get to the fun part, how to actually make small talk feel natural. Luna, what's the first tip?
Tip number 1. Observe and comment on your environment. It's simple, but very effective. For example, if you're at a cafe, you might say, "This place has such a cozy vibe. Have you been here before?"
Or if it's a Zoom meeting, "I love your virtual background. Where's that from?"
Tip 2. Use open-ended questions. Instead of, "Did you have a good weekend?" which can be answered with just yes or no, ask, "What did you do over the weekend?" This invites stories.
Tip 3. Share something about yourself. Conversations are a two-way street. A small comment like, "I tried a new recipe yesterday, and it was a disaster," can make the conversation relatable and fun.
Let's role-play a few scenarios so listeners can hear what this sounds like.
Great idea. Scenario 1. Meeting someone at a coffee shop. "Hi, that coffee smells amazing. Do you come here often?"
"I just started coming here last week. Their cappuccino is my favorite. How about you?"
Notice how the conversation is light, observational, and opens room for sharing opinions or experiences.
Scenario 2. At work, meeting a new colleague.
"Hey, I noticed you're in the marketing team. How's your first week going?"
"It's great, thanks. Everyone's been really welcoming."
That's awesome to hear. What project are you most excited about?
See? You're slowly building rapport without pressure, and you're practicing natural English expressions. Another key to natural small talk is listening carefully. It sounds simple, but many learners focus so much on what to say next that they forget to truly listen.
Yes, listening lets you respond naturally instead of jumping to your next prepared question. For example, if someone says, "I've been really busy at work," you could respond with, "Oh, what kind of projects have you been handling?" rather than moving on to another topic.
Exactly. And don't be afraid of short pauses. They're normal in conversations. Sometimes a pause gives you time to think and also signals to the other person that you're listening.
Tip number 5. Show genuine interest. Even a small gesture like nodding, smiling, or repeating a key word shows you're engaged. For instance, "Busy? That sounds intense. How do you manage everything?"
Now, let's talk about safe topics that usually work in small talk.
Good idea. Here are some categories. Environment. Location. "This cafe is really cozy. Have you been here before?" Weather. Classic but still effective. It's sunny today, perfect for a walk. Do you like sunny days? Current events. Light news. Did you catch the latest episode of Popular Show? Hobbies. Interests. I've started learning guitar. Do you play any instruments? Food and drink. That smoothie looks amazing. What's in it?
The trick is to pick something that feels natural in the moment. You don't have to force it. And the goal is not to impress, it's to connect.
Exactly. And remember, you can always combine topics. For example, the weather's great today, perfect for trying that new cafe. Have you been?
Even with these tips, awkward moments happen. How can we handle them?
Tip 1. Laugh lightly at yourself. If you stumble over words, just smile and continue. People usually appreciate honesty and effort.
Tip 2. Pivot naturally. If a topic dies down, move to another smoothly. For example, speaking of movies, have you seen any good ones recently?
Tip 3. Use follow-up questions. Even a one-word answer can be expanded with, "Oh, really? Tell me more about that."
And tip 4. Observe body language. If someone seems uncomfortable, gently shift the conversation. Small talk is about comfort and ease, not interrogation.
Let's do a little practice exercise for our listeners. Luna, how about we role-play a 1-minute small talk?
Perfect. Scenario: meeting someone at a bookstore.
Hi, that's a great choice of book. Have you read any other books by this author?
Yes. I loved their last book, especially the ending. How about you?
I'm reading it for the first time, but I've heard the stories are really engaging. What did you enjoy most about the last one?
The characters felt so real. I could relate to them immediately.
See how the conversation flows naturally by combining observation, questions, and sharing experiences. That's the magic formula.
Listeners can practice this with friends, classmates, or even by imagining scenarios. The more you practice, the easier it becomes.
For those who want to take it a step further, here are advanced tips. Mirror speech patterns lightly. If the other person speaks slowly or casually, adjust your tone to match. It makes the conversation feel more connected. Use small interjections. Words like, "Oh, wow, really?" signal that you're engaged. Share mini-stories. Instead of just facts, share a quick story. People remember stories better than plain statements. Use humor carefully. A light joke or playful comment can make small talk enjoyable, but avoid sensitive topics.
And tip 5. Be present. Put away your phone. Focus on the conversation and enjoy the interaction. People notice genuine attention, it makes you memorable. Let's talk about some common phrases that make small talk easier and more natural.
Yes, here are a few. How's your day going? Simple but open-ended. Follow up with, what's been the highlight of your day, to make it more engaging. What have you been up to lately? Great for catching up with someone you haven't seen for a while. That's interesting. Tell me more. Shows curiosity and keeps the conversation moving. I know what you mean. Builds rapport by expressing empathy. By the way, smoothly introduces a new topic without sounding abrupt.
Remember, the key is to say these naturally, not just memorize them. Using the right tone, pause, and facial expression makes all the difference.
Let's do a few more role-play scenarios. Listeners, try them with a friend or even alone. Speaking out loud helps a lot.
Scenario 1. Waiting in line at a coffee shop.
Hi, this line is longer than usual today. Do you come here often?
Yes, I try to come at least once a week. How about you?
Notice how the conversation is observational, light, and safe.
Scenario 2. At a social event.
I love your jacket. Where did you get it?
Thanks, I got it online. I really like your shoes too.
See how complimenting and sharing creates a natural flow?
Scenario 3. Online meeting introduction.
Hi, I'm Jack from the marketing team. I noticed you've worked on some amazing campaigns. Which one has been your favorite?
Questions like this are open-ended, encouraging storytelling and personal connection even online. Even with practice, awkward silences happen. Let's talk about handling them gracefully.
First tip, acknowledge the pause lightly. A smile and a comment like, "Looks like we both just had a moment to think," works wonders.
Second tip, pivot gently. Introduce a new topic naturally. For example, by the way, Have you tried that new cafe near the office?
Third tip, share something about yourself. Even a short comment can restart the flow. I just finished reading a book I loved. Have you read anything good lately?
Remember, a pause isn't failure, it's normal. The conversation isn't a test, it's a connection.
Small talk can vary by culture, so it's helpful to know some cultural cues.
In some cultures, talking about personal life immediately can feel intrusive, while in others, it's expected. Observing how locals interact can guide your approach.
For English learners, it's usually safe to start with neutral topics: weather, hobbies, food, current light events.
And remember, humor, gestures, and eye contact can be different across cultures. Being polite and adaptable goes a long way.
Now, let's give our listeners some exercises to practice.
Exercise 1. Pick a random place, cafe, park, bookstore, and practice observational comments out loud. Example: This park is so peaceful today. Do you come here often?
Exercise 2. Practice using open-ended questions with friends or classmates. For instance, what's a fun thing you did recently?
Exercise 3. Record yourself doing a short 1-2 minute small talk. Play it back and notice tone, pauses, and natural expressions.
Exercise 4. Observe native speakers in real life or online. Notice how they start, continue, and end small talk. Try to mimic not words only, but the rhythm and tone of their speech.
Let's summarize what we've covered today. Small talk is a bridge to bigger conversations. It's not just filler. Listen actively and respond naturally. Use observations, open-ended questions, and personal sharing. Practice common phrases, role-play scenarios, and observe cultural cues. Awkward moments are normal. Pause, pivot, and smile.
And remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's connection. The more you practice, the more natural it feels. Even a few minutes of small talk a day can improve your confidence tremendously.
So, start small, be curious, and enjoy the conversation. Small talk can actually be fun, rewarding, and surprisingly meaningful.
That's it for today's episode of English 365 podcast. Thanks for joining us.
Yes! We hope you enjoyed learning how to make small talk feel natural. Try out these tips in real life, and you'll see how much easier English conversations become.
Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review if you liked today's episode.
See you next time for more English tips and practical conversation strategies.